What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles go down. Make sure you hit the like but that subscribe button for me, please. Make sure you also go check out Doug S out in the description box down below. I think this is the only video I'm dropping today. So just stay tuned for tomorrow. I got a really late start. Built Rennie a tent that she can put in her room. You know, you put a little mattress in and she can chill in the tent. No, she's 3 now, so she's a little bit independent, but you already know. Definitely want to check this video out. Glad to check this video out. Let's get a video.
Alina Habba, the habanero.
What?
Has 2 points. One, she's nailing Alvin Bragg. Another one, she's nailing Judge Engoron on these Trump trials. We're going to get to her. First, we're going to have some of these slackers over at MSNBC ending up defending Trump. Watch this. Oh, wait. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Now watch this.
And breaking news, former President Trump's legal team has just filed a motion asking Judge Arthur Engoron to recuse himself from Trump's civil fraud case.
Okay, so first, this is the big one. Why is Judge Engoron demanded to recuse himself? This brand new piece of evidence just came out in the last 48 hours against Judge Engoron, and Trump team is going to try to get him recused. If he doesn't agree to recuse, it would help open him up to an appeal. Let's watch.
Basically, what happened is over the course of 2 interviews, Bailey said that he reached out to the judge, in this case, Judge Engoron.
And I do apologize if y'all can hear, but my mom's dog is over, and that's probably the most annoying dog I ever had to even, watch or have. But I just had to text Chris to get the dog, so do apologize for that.
Let's watch.
Basically, what happened is over the course of 2 interviews, Bailey said that he reached out to the judge, in this case, Judge Engoron, suggesting to him potentially how this case should proceed. And I want to read the quote so that we can get it right. I wanted him to know what I think and why. I really wanted him to get it right.
So no big deal. A lawyer reached out to Judge Engoron saying he really wanted him to get it right. Now, that is not exactly news, because any lawyer can reach out to a judge and say these things before trial, but there's more detail. Watch this.
So there's a potential issue here that exists when a non-party to this case, so it's not Trump's attorneys, it's not the attorney general, when a non-party reaches out to the judge should immediately, traditionally, according to the legal experts we've talked to, stop that discussion.
Okay, so normally a judge would say, hey, don't give me this discussion. That still isn't what the problem is. This.
But it might be prudent for the judge to notify the parties, hey, I was walking down the hall and having lunch, and all of a sudden Tom Winter, this reporter, approaches me and he says XYZ about the case.
And that's it. It was the lack of disclosure. Judge Engoron did not disclose this stuff. It had to be found out by this lawyer doing an interview. Just to contrast Judge Engoron with what Judge Juan Merchan did. Remember when that post came out in Facebook of someone claiming to be a cousin of one of the jurors and that he was tipped on the stuff or whatever? First thing Juan Merchan does, he sends a letter out to both sides saying this post happened on Facebook. Now, Judge Engoron, if he had disclosed this conversation he had before this trial, he might be safe. He could have told both sides, just so both of you know, Trump defense and the prosecutor, this happened, but he didn't do it. So now it's a cover-up, and now he's in trouble.
They're effectively saying the judge here should have told us that this attorney reached out to him with specific information. And by the way, it's not just any random attorney. This is somebody who's been cited by the New York Times, obviously was speaking with our colleague Melissa Russo about their professional opinion because he has a lot of experience.
So that's part of Judge Engoron being in the cover-up. There's an article coming up. I'm just going to give you this headline because we'll get it at the end after these other videos. Alina Habba issues ultimatum to Judge Engoron. Let's get to Alina Habba on Fox.
DA Alvin Bragg has now tried a renewed attempt to continue the gag order against President Trump, the same gag order that violates every American's First Amendment rights, let alone the candidate for president, the leading candidate for president.
Okay, so now this is the other front that Trump is doing against Alvin Bragg, is they're trying to remove the gag order so he can actually perform in a debate next week against Joe Biden. He can actually say things from the trail. He knows that the Democrats are hunting him, waiting for him to say any word, and they can tie him back up in another court case.
He's renewing his claims that it is necessary to maintain them, even though the trial is over. He is stating that the reason is because, once again, those very scary MAGA, Make America Great Again, Republicans in our country, the people that love our country, happen to be the cause of fear for a judge.
Now, remember, means that Alvin Bragg could keep that gag order on Trump forever, because there's going to be MAGA people out there and around. He can also gag all of us because we're the dangerous types of people. That's why this court case, this absolutely gag order, has to be removed.
Well, they have to appeal. I have a piece in tonight's Wall Street Journal in which I urge people like us file lawsuits against New York. After all, we have the right to hear Donald Trump in the election.
And this is a great case against the gag order by Alan Dershowitz, Democrat, or he has recently left the Democrat Party, over this case, by the way.
Somebody said it. Asked a great question. What happens if, during the debate, what happens if, Biden were to ask a question about something and Trump can't speak on it? Like, it's literally stuff that, they trying to do to really stop this man. We know, that's one thing about it, and I'm glad a lot of people know. And I'm glad that we spreading the knowledge and spreading, the word to people of what it is, for people that is new to, what's going on. And I feel like that is something that is messed up. But at the end of the day, like I always say, we know what the outcome is going to be come November. And I'm probably, and I'd say, this me being real, 100% sure of what the outcome is going to be, of who's going to be president. And I mean, there's a lot of people know, and I feel like a lot of this is happening because they know the outcome as well. So
over this case, by the way, he said that we should launch lawsuits because we have a right to hear from Donald Trump.
And this gag order says that Joe Biden can accuse Donald Trump of being a felon, having been convicted by an unfair jury, unfair judge of a non-crime. He has the right to do that, but Donald Trump has one hand tied behind his back.
Just think about this conversation during a debate. What Biden can say about Trump, he can say you're a felon, and Trump can't say, yeah, but that case was fake news. That was a cheap fake. I'm a fino. Felon in name only is what we call Trump's felony. He's not a true felon.
The First Amendment applies not only to Donald Trump, the speaker, but to all of us, the viewers and the listeners. We have the right to hear a full and complete debate, not a partial debate in which Trump is restricted about what he can say.
Exactly. We can't hear Trump defend himself about his own court case if these gag orders stick. And Americans, I didn't know that, and I just learned this from Alan Dershowitz, and now you know too, that First Amendment rights don't just go to the speaker, but they're for the hearer, that we have a right to free speech of others.
So I hope that the gag order will be appealed by Trump's lawyers, and I hope amicus briefs, friend of the court briefs, will be submitted by ordinary people saying, look, you're depriving us of our right to hear somebody. We're undecided. We don't know who we're going to vote for. We may be influenced by this.
If anyone out there knows how to write an amicus brief to the court and defend yourself and send it into New York, you should do it. That's my assignment to you, to my legal-minded people. Send it into New York saying, we have a First Amendment right because we want to hear what Trump has to say and defend himself. Here's that Newsweek article. Donald Trump attorney Alina Habba.
And I feel like even if it's like a question like asked, like, and they know what they're doing, but like a question asked, like, he can't answer that. 100. Like, I don't get it's his ways. I'm telling y'all, doing everything they can to that's crazy, y'all.
Has to say
that's
and
insane.
Defend himself. Here's that Newsweek article. Donald Trump attorney Alina Habba, habanero, called for Judge Engoron to recuse himself from the former president's civil fraud case during a Fox News interview on Friday, claiming they, quote, cannot wait here any longer, unquote, for the Office of Attorney Ethics to take action. Trump's team is arguing Engoron should be removed from the case due to alleged appearance of impropriety following claims he received unsolicited advice, that was in the video clip that we heard from MSNBC, from New York real estate attorney Adam Lightman Bailey whilst the trial was still ongoing, and none of us heard about it. Why? Because Engoron didn't disclose anything. In February, Judge Engoron, who sits on the New York State Supreme Court, imposed a fine of $454 million fraud dollars, including interest, on Trump after concluding he engaged in civil fraud by falsely inflating the value of his assets when securing bank loans. I'm saying just that factoid alone should terrify any Democrats in New York, that this government is coming for you next. Guys, these are nothing. These accusations are nothing against Trump, and they built them up to a $454 million fine. They're nothing what he did to E. Jean Carroll. These are nothing. He was fined for defamation, and they inflated her career to be worth $84 million. This is nothing what happened with the cover-up, supposedly, and election interference that made him into a felon. If they can do this to him, they can do way worse with us who have less resources, less ability to pay for our own lawyer. So here's the deal. Alina Habba is making a big deal about the gag orders against Trump. I believe they have to remove those gag orders before his debate coming up on the 27th in 5 days. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do they remove?
And I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. We definitely are I don't know if we should do a live video. Y'all comment down below if we should do a live video, or I should just throw a video out about, the debate video, because I don't think they even doing the debate live. I don't think they are. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't think they are though. From what I seen, from what I heard. But definitely let me know y'all thoughts and comments down below. Something definitely has to be done, and if it's not, I mean, we know the truth. We know what's going on, so that is what it is, But much love to everybody. Thank y'all for everything. Catch y'all next.